Hey, are you ready to speak English like a pro? Well, my friend, this lesson is for you. I'm going to give you the ultimate guide to speaking English like a pro in real life situations. Now, you can download the PDF that goes along with this lesson totally for free. All you have to do is hit the link right in the description and you can download it for free. It goes right along with this lesson. Are you ready? Well then, my friend, I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. All right, here's step one. You need to find 5 words used by native English speakers in real life. This is step number 1. Again, remember your goal is to speak English like a pro. Step 1 again. Find 5 words used by native English speakers in real life. Now, maybe you don't live in an English-speaking country and you're probably wondering, hey, Tiff, how do I actually find those words? Let me tell you how to do it. You can write them down as you watch English TV shows. Think about the shows you enjoy. Maybe you watch Friends. Maybe there's another program you watch on Netflix. As you're watching the TV shows, write down the words. Now, we're going to take a look at an example in a moment, but as you're watching TV shows, write down the words they are using. This will help you speak English like a pro because you'll be selecting the actual words that native English speakers use. Another way you can do this is by listening to podcasts and writing down the English words. You don't have to be in an English-speaking country. Why? Because there are so many resources available to you. So again, all you have to do is listen to podcasts and write down the English words. Or you can go to online forums and see the words that native speakers are actually using. This is part 1. Step 1. Find 5 words used by native English speakers in real life. Now let's check out the words that I selected. Here we go. Again, you can download the PDF, hit the link in the description. So I have 5 words used by native English speakers. We have focused, inquisitive, determined, prepared, and diligent. Now remember, step 1 is about writing these words down and also writing down the definition. So for the word focused, after me, focused. Excellent. Now, this word, we have the meaning right here. Having a clear and specific goal or objective and giving all of one's attention and effort towards achieving it. Right now, you are focused on this lesson, all right? Focused on this lesson. So you understand the meaning of this word, right? Focused. Now I've written down 4 other words. Again, we have the second one, inquisitive. Excellent. Again, inquisitive. Great job. All right, this just means curious and eager to learn or understand more about something. Remember, we are simply on step number 1. We've written down 5 English words. I've watched a TV show and gotten these 5 English words, and now we're taking notes by writing the definition of each word. The third word we have is determined. Again, this is on the PDF. Determined. Excellent. Now, this word determined just means having a strong sense of purpose or resolve and being willing to work hard and overcome obstacles to achieve one's goals. I'm determined to help you speak English fluently. I'm determined to teach you what you need to learn, and you are determined to speak English fluently. Makes sense, right? Okay, look at the 4th word. Again, we're still on step 1. The 4th word that I found is prepared. Good. Again, prepared. Excellent. Again, step 1, you're finding the 5 words and writing the definition. Prepared means being ready and equipped to handle a situation or task, often through careful planning and organization. Prepared. Makes sense, right? Remember, this is the ultimate guide. So step one is first writing the definitions. And the fifth word is diligent. Diligent. Words that native English speakers actually use in real life. This just means being careful, thorough, and persistent in one's work or effort. So I have 5 words. Again, focused, inquisitive, determined, prepared, and diligent. All right? 5 words. So again, step 1, find 5 words used by native English speakers in real life. So I have the 5 words. What is step number 2? Step number 2, find 3 images of real life situations. I love this step. Again, find 3 images. Remember, step number 1, we found 5 words, whether it was from watching a TV program, listening to a podcast, or going to English forums. We have the 5 words. But now step 2 of our ultimate guide is to find 3 images of real life situations. So how do you find these images? Here we go. You can use the Google search engine. You can go on Google and find any image you want. Remember, I'm teaching you how to finally speak English in real life situations using this ultimate guide. So you can go on Google, or you can use or take your own pictures. You have a cell phone. Maybe you have hundreds or thousands of pictures. Take a few pictures. You just need 3 of real life situations. Or you can find some images on social media. Remember, this is just for you to practice. So let's check it out now using our PDF. So again, step 1, we have the 5 words. Now step 3, I have found 3 images of real life situations. The first image right here, I have the first image right here. It looks like a mom and her daughter, and it looks like they are baking bread, right? We see the cup in the little girl's hand. We see the mom, again, for those watching, she has the bowl as her little girl is holding the cup above the bowl. So this is a real life situation. We can tell that they are in their kitchen, right? Looking like they're about to bake bread. Now the second image right here, it looks like a group of friends that are working on a project. They're all looking at the computer, but they're smiling. So they're in a good mood, right? But they're working on some project, and maybe they're in a library or maybe in an office building. But we have the second image of a real life situation. And the third image I chose is an image of 3 women. It honestly looks like 3 women that might be related. Maybe a grandmother, a mother, and a daughter. But these 3 women look like they just finished running, right? Maybe they ran a marathon for a breast cancer, but this is an image of 3 women. So I have selected my 3 images. Again, step 2 is find 3 images of real life situations, right? So we have step 1, our 5 words. We have step 2, our 3 images. What is step 3? Here we go. Step 3 is to describe the images using each of the 5 words. This is where it starts to get interesting, and also, in my opinion, quite fun. So we're going to use the words from step 1 to describe the images from step 2. Let me explain how you would do this, all right? First, try to describe the actions of the people in the pictures, right? Looking at the pictures, what are they doing? What's happening? Try to describe their actions. Or you can look at their facial expressions and see if you can describe their thoughts. Remember, we had the image of the 3 women, right? Looking at their facial expressions, we could try to describe the image using their facial expressions as the focus. Or you can think about what happened before the picture was taken. Remember, this step is all about using the words from step 1 to describe the images from step 2. And now we're going to do that together. So let's check out the PDF now. Okay, so let's move on to step number 3, describing the images using each of the 5 words. Now remember our 5 words. Let's go back. What were the 5 words? We have focused, inquisitive, determined, prepared, and diligent. So let's see how we can describe these pictures using the 5 words. All right, describing these pictures using the 5 words. All right, again, step 3. Here we go. So the young mother, let's do this. The young mother, let's highlight the sentence. The young mother was focused on making a delicious loaf of bread with her daughter. What did we do? We described the image and we used the very first word, focused. What's happening is in your brain, we just put these brand new words into your brain. So your brain is now processing what you put inside. And now we're making connections. Okay, we have this real situation that we can describe using this word we just put in. Now, what about the second word? So let's go to the second sentence and see how we can describe the picture using the second word. Here we go. Her daughter watched her carefully because she was inquisitive about the process. You see how we use the word inquisitive to describe the little girl in the picture. Inquisitive. Remember, the word inquisitive just means curious and eager to learn. And we can tell in the picture, the girl is curious and eager to learn. You see what's happening, right? This is why this is the ultimate guide. Simple. It doesn't matter where you live, you can do this. Look at the third sentence. Here we go. Despite a few setbacks, the young mother remained determined to make the perfect loaf of bread. What's the key word? What's the word we have? Determined. You can tell the mother wants to make this loaf of bread with her daughter. She's determined. You got it, right? Check out the fourth sentence. Here we go. She wanted to make the baking process go smoothly, so she prepared all the necessary ingredients ahead of time. What's the key word? Prepared. Again, we're using each of the 5 words from step 1 to describe the images from step 2. And we're seeing that we're putting everything together now very simply. What about the 5th word? We have this sentence. Throughout the entire baking process, the mother and her daughter were diligent in their efforts to make a great loaf of bread. Really describing the image using the word diligent. So, number 4, we use prepared and we describe the image. Again, you're taking the words that you literally heard native English speakers use, and you're actually using them to describe real life situations. So, if we look at the second picture, again, we're doing the exact same thing. We have 5 sentences describing the image using the 5 words. So I'll just highlight the words. Focused, describing the second image of the men. The 3 guys were focused on creating a new website for their startup business. You see what's happening, right? They were focused on that. Second sentence, they were inquisitive about the latest web development trends, so they did some research on new technologies and techniques to incorporate into their project. You see what's happening, right? We're using the words from real English conversations, real English situations to also describe other real English situations, real life situations. And you see the same is done for the last picture as well. Now, I want you to download this PDF because the PDF is going to help you actually see how you can do the exact same thing. Remember, this is the ultimate guide. 3 simple steps that will help you start speaking English like a pro. Makes sense, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget to get your free PDF. Once again, the link is right in the description. I do want to remind you, if you want more lessons and you want to study more with me and you want exclusive YouTube lessons for members only, you can become my homie by hitting the link right below this video. The button says join, not the subscribe button. You have to hit that join button to become my homie and get my exclusive lessons. I want to help you even more, but you have to become my homie in order to get access to the exclusive YouTube lessons only for my homies. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll talk to you next time. Have a great one. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right. So today's story is actually connected to the last image we looked at. Remember, we had the image of the three women, right? The three women that seemed like they just ran a marathon. So I have always been an athlete. When I was in high school, I was voted most athletic female. When I was in college, I was voted the most athletic female out of the entire college, right? So I've always been very, very athletic. I love exercising. Even this morning at 5 a.m., I was working out at the gym with a group of people. I love working out. So one day, one of my other friends that also enjoys working out, she said, "Hey, Tiff, there's this mud run. Would you be interested?" And I said, "Okay, tell me more." I don't really like being dirty, but I like exercising and different adventures. I said, "Tell me more." She said, "Tiff, well, it's basically a 5K, like a 5K, about 3.5 miles, 3 miles or so. But it's like an obstacle course." I said, "I'm in. I'm sold." That's all she told me. She said, "Well, it's an obstacle course. So you run 3 miles, but you're running through water, you're running upstairs, you're climbing up things in the middle of the woods. You have to go through this mud pit." And as she continued to explain the mud run to me, I was getting more and more excited because I felt like a kid again. You know, as we get older, sometimes we forget the simple pleasures of life. Children have fun just playing together, right? I said, "You know what? Okay, I'm going to be with my friends. I'm going to be doing what I enjoy, which is running and exercising. And they're going to be obstacle courses that maybe they'll be challenging, maybe they'll be easy, but we'll be doing them together." So about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us signed up, including our assistant pastor. We were all ready. He loved to run too. So we got there on the day of the race and, they said, "On your mark, get set, go." And we started running through the woods. There were about probably 300 people there, if not more. We're running through the woods and we get to the first obstacle. And I look up and I just started laughing to myself. I said, "Okay, this is not going to be easy." It was a rope ladder. Imagine like a rope, right? But in order to get up, and it was very high, probably about maybe 20 feet, if not higher. And you had to climb this rope with tons of other people next to you trying to get to the top. The rope wall, I guess, was moving back and forth. So you're using your core muscles, your ab muscles, your legs are burning, your arms are burning, and everyone's trying to get to the top of this rope wall, rope ladder, right? When you get to the top, you have to jump down this slide and you're in water and then you go around. And it was a very exciting experience, to be very honest. We had a ball because everyone is doing it together. And there are some situations where we'd all just start laughing because of the challenge that was before us. But I remember, so I went through the entire obstacle, was at the final mile, and I remember I was about to come out of the woods to the final challenge, right? Where a lot of mud was. We had to climb this wall. And I saw my parents standing there, right? My parents said, "Oh, we'll come and cheer you on." And when I came out through the woods and I saw my parents, it's like I got a burst of energy. The adrenaline kicked in because they were like, "Yes, Tiff, go, you can do it." They were recording. And it's something about having someone that's rooting you on. Someone that believes in you, someone that's supporting you, that gives you just the extra measure of energy you need to push through. Because I had just ran 3 miles, going through all the obstacles. I was tired, but they gave me the energy I needed to get through the last challenge. I want to be that person for you. You're learning English and it's challenging, it's difficult, and I get it. I understand. I had to learn Korean and it was not easy. So I understand the challenge, but I want to be the person rooting you on. I believe in you. I believe that you will achieve your goal. So remember, as you're on your journey, you always have someone in your corner saying you can do it. I'll be that person for you.